Dinner was supposed to be ordinary, a quiet family meal after a long week, but the moment my daughter Lily looked up at me, everything changed. Her eyes, wide and innocent, held a seriousness I hadn't expected. "Daddy," she said softly, "why does Mommy kiss Uncle Mike when you're at work?" The words landed like a bomb in the room. Silence followed instantly. My fork paused mid-air, my heart skipped a beat, and the chatter from the TV seemed miles away. Everyone at the table froze, unsure how to react. I stayed calm, letting the moment stretch, knowing the next seconds would define everything. My wife, Sarah, stiffened, her fork clattering against her plate. Uncle Mike's smile faltered as he realized Lily had spoken aloud what no one dared acknowledge. The room, once warm and ordinary, felt suddenly suffocating. Guests, my parents and Lily, looked from one face to another, sensing tension thick enough to slice. I took a slow breath, keeping my voice soft, measured. "Lily," I said calmly, "thank you for your honesty. Sometimes, adults make choices that aren't always right, and it's important we face them." The calmness caught everyone off guard. Sarah opened her mouth, likely to deny, to excuse, to distract, but I raised a hand, stopping her. The silence amplified the weight of the accusation. I had suspected her infidelity, but hearing it spoken aloud by my child created a different kind of reality. Uncle Mike shifted uncomfortably in his chair, beads of sweat forming on his forehead. My calm demeanor was deliberate. It made their discomfort sharper, their guilt undeniable. The suspense in the room was unbearable, as everyone waited for my next move. I set my fork down and reached into my coat pocket. Slowly, deliberately, I pulled out a small envelope. "I think it's time for everyone to see the truth," I said softly. Inside were months of messages, hidden recordings, and photos that Sarah and Mike had thought were private. I placed them on the table, letting them be visible but not aggressively displayed. The room went deathly quiet. My parents' eyes widened. Lily blinked, confused but trusting my calm guidance. Even Uncle Mike's smug confidence faltered. As I began to explain the evidence calmly, the tension skyrocketed. Texts, secret meetings, and admissions of deception flashed across the screen. Each revelation landed like a hammer. Sarah's confident facade cracked. Her eyes widened in panic. Uncle Mike's smugness evaporated completely. My parents leaned forward, mouth slightly open, unable to believe the betrayal unfolding in front of them. Lily's gaze flickered between us, sensing that this was no longer a simple family argument. It was a reckoning. The calmness of my voice contrasted sharply with the chaos in Sarah's expression. "Actions have consequences," I said softly, letting the words linger. "Sometimes the truth comes from the most unexpected sources, like a child noticing what adults try to hide." My deliberate restraint made every detail of their betrayal feel heavier, every lie sharper. Uncle Mike shifted in his chair, realizing too late that my patience had been a trap. Sarah's hands trembled, and Lily's innocent question had become the spark that ignited the entire revelation. After several tense minutes, Sarah attempted to speak, fumbling apologies that fell flat against the evidence. I remained calm, letting the documents, recordings, and texts speak for themselves. The room was heavy with silence. No one laughed. No one whispered. Every eye was fixed on Sarah and Mike, absorbing the full weight of the exposure. I had turned a family dinner into a courtroom of truth, letting their own deception destroy the illusion they had built. When the meal ended, I stood quietly, tucking the envelope into my coat. "I think we've seen enough tonight," I said softly, voice steady. "Let's take some time to reflect on honesty, respect, and the consequences of betrayal." Sarah slumped back, defeated. Uncle Mike sat frozen. My parents stared, shaken by the gravity of what had been revealed. Lily's innocent question had started a chain reaction that no one could stop. My calm authority had delivered the loudest statement of all. Later, in the quiet of the car, I reflected on the night. Sarah didn't try to explain, didn't argue. Uncle Mike avoided my gaze completely. My parents were silent but understanding, recognizing the depth of the betrayal. I realized then that patience, calmness, and careful preparation are far more powerful than anger. The silent exposure of truth had shattered illusions, altered relationships, and left a permanent mark on everyone present. Weeks later, the story lingered. Sarah and Mike were never the same around the family. Lily had unknowingly revealed the secret, and the room that had once been safe now bore the weight of undeniable truth. I had remained calm throughout, turning a potential confrontation into a controlled, devastating revelation. That night, I learned that the quietest moments, the patient, calm reactions, can carry the loudest and most permanent consequences. The child's innocent question had changed everything.